The water bounded from the mountain top, tore leaves and branches from the trees, poured like a cold shower over the struggling heap on the sand. This is a complex sentence. It's a complex declarative sentence. I'm not going to parse it entirely because I've seen a lot of you do that and do it well, and I'm really happy that you've been able to do that. I will point out that we have an independent clause, the water bounded from the mountaintop, and then we have two dependent clauses, tore leaves and branches from the trees and poured like a cold shower over the struggling heap on the sand. I do want to point out the subject of the sentence is the water, and that it has multiple predicates in the sentence because the subject, the water, is the water bounded, the water tore, the water poured. And this is really important because it gives this sentence an element of parallel structure. If we had used any of the other 12 tenses for these second dependent phrases, dependent clauses, this sentence would not have worked. It is really important that we maintain that same verb tense because this allows us the water bounded, the water tore, the water poured. I told y'all I wasn't going to do a lot of parsing, but I do want to look at prepositional phrases. I think identifying the extensive use of prepositional phrases, location, time, and place, preposition in your face is really important. And he does a good, William Golding does a good job stacking prepositional phrases over the struggling heap on the sand. We can stack prepositional phrases, and it's really important to recognize that he's doing that. Lastly, I want to look at this sentence in the greater context of the paragraph. Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood, do him in. The sticks fell, and the mouth of the new circle crunched and screamed. The beast was on its knees in the center, its arms folded over its face. It was crying out against the abominable noise, something about a body on the hill. The beast struggled forward, broke the ring, and fell over the steep edge of the rock to the sand by the water. At once the crowd surged after it, poured down the rock, leapt onto the beast, streamed, struck, bit, tore. There were no words and no movements but the tearing of teeth and claws. Then the clouds opened and let down the rain like a waterfall. The water bounded from the mountaintop, tore leaves and branches from the trees, poured like a cold shower over the struggling heap on the sand. Presently the heap broke up and figures staggered away. Only the beast lay still, a few yards from the sea. Even in the rain they could see how small a beast it was, and already its blood was staining the sand. Now a great wind blew the rain sideways, cascading the water from the forest trees. On the mountaintop the parachute filled and moved. The figure slid, rose to its feet, spun, swayed down through a vastness of wet air, and trod with ungainly feet the tops of high trees. I want to look at diction with this sentence. And bounded, tore, and kind of the idea of cold showers, even though that's more of a simile. This was really important. All of these, the imagery evoked the idea of breaking norms, comfortability, homeostasis, or civility. They're changing something. And what I saw as being changed was that the water has broken, the island has broken them away from civilization, right? The island has turned them into savages. But the author personifies water. And it's a key element that we all need, that we all kind of gather around for our own lives. And so the water tears them apart from this savagery. It awakens them to something that they had not realized. It brings them back to reality. It tears the savagery off of them. And so personifying water in this instance and showing how water reveals the beast and makes it seem small and makes it seem like this little savage thing that they can overcome. I see that water is this cleansing force, ironically enough. And so personifying that and personifying and using those similes to share how it is opening their eyes is a really important structure and a figurative language that William Golding uses. So that is the sentence. The water bounded from the mountaintop, tore leaves and branches from the trees, poured like a cold shower over the struggling heap on the sand. I hope that you were able to learn something from this video. I hope that you were able to learn something from this sentence. I saw a lot of good notes already taken, which is why I did something a little bit different this time around.